These error messages make me very nervous. Alright, I'm going to carry on as if we're all good to go and just fingers crossed. Oh, looks like I've got people on this time. Hello everybody. I started, I had no chat, I had no one on the tour and I was getting an error message, so I stopped and restarted. Give me a wave, say hi, say good morning. Hi everybody, we're at the Port Stephens Koala Sanctuary. So sorry about the late start again. So that's 2 days in a row that I've been getting error messages and I'm not seeing any chat screen again. So that's frustrating. Hoping it's going to turn up. Hoping I'm going to get to see chat. Let me see. I'll get into a spot in the shade where I can actually see the screen. Bear with me, guys. We had hiccups yesterday and now we're getting hiccups again today. So, chat. There we are. Here we go. I can see you all. Hi Lethargy. Hi Mary Lou. Hi Catherine. Hi Anne. Hi Lynn. Hi Sarah. Welcome everybody. Oh goodness. Am I glad to see you guys. Okay, so we're at the Koala Sanctuary. Let me just do this. I'll turn the camera around. And good morning. Here we are. Hi. So this is the Port Stephens Koala Sanctuary. What a beautiful place it is. I can't wait to share it with you. I'm so excited. It's so beautiful here. So I wanted to take you up the front path. Let's just do that again. But before we begin, I'd like to, as always, acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Warramai and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Okay, so the purpose of today is to celebrate the 3rd birthday of the Koala Sanctuary. And on this site here we have a koala hospital and a koala sanctuary, and we're going to see a little bit of both sides of both operations here today. And there's also accommodation. So if I walk back along this path, I'll show you over on the right there's cabins. So you can actually come and stay in the cabins and look at all the beautiful, beautiful Gaimea lilies. We saw those the other day from the big lookout I took you to. Hi Gregory, hi Marianne. And hi Laurie. Okay, so here we go. As always, there's a leaf blower. Let's get away from him. Okay, here we go. So we're walking up the path and we're entering the Koala Sanctuary. And as I said, there's 2 aspects to this property. You've got the Koala Sanctuary, which is what we'll be seeing where the koalas are today. But there's also the Koala Hospital, which is where I volunteer. But we'll be getting talks and tours from both aspects. First tour I'm doing this morning is a tour of the sanctuary, and then the second tour will be a tour of a talk by the hospital. So here we are. This is the gift shop on the left. They remember me. I hope they remember me. I've already paid. I've already showed my QR code, so they know I'm coming. And this is where you would come and see reception if you're staying in the place. And we have the tour taking off in just a few minutes. So we're all going to wait here for the volunteers to come out and take us through and show. Here, well, you can go grab some chalk here and colour in a koala if you want. Are there 3 sets of prints, different ages of koalas or different types? Sets of prints. That's a really good question, Laurie. I'm not sure why they had the 3 different colours. I was trying to work that out myself a little earlier. Okay, since I've already got my ticket, I'll go this way. These 2 ladies in the green vests are going to be our guides this morning. It's a fabulous place, Claire. This is our cafe and gift store. And we're just waiting for a group to get together, and we're going to take off with these 2 fabulous ladies, Robin and Annie, who are going to take us for a walk through the sanctuary. So yeah, I know what you meant. The yellow, red and blue prints. I don't know why there's 3 different colours. If I get a chance, I'll ask. So there's some great gifts in here if you are interested in that sort of thing. Baby clothes. Look at the cute little baby clothes here. Aren't they gorgeous? I really like the Aboriginal art tote bags. I'm just waiting to see. Oh, sorry mate, you can go through if you want. A little small person. Fabulous little fluffy koalas. Look, go it. Yeah. Every time I go up like that, it's because somebody's walking in front of me. And just waiting for some more people to join the guides, and then we'll take off. And we'll just have a look around the gift store while we're waiting. And I'm pretty sure most of the stuff here is locally produced, but there might be some objects that are imported and produced overseas. This is our beautiful pink cockatoo. What have I seen out there from the boardwalk already this morning? I saw a couple of kookaburras. We have a local emu in the area as well. Reception not as good in the gift shop. Oh, thanks Jess. Let's get out of here then. All right. Out of the gift shop. And we'll wait to join this group. Let me show you the fabulous quilt here. So here, look at this. Isn't that wonderful? So this is a quilt that's been produced. I don't know if it actually says who made this. Let's see, what does it say? Early in 2020, Council asked the Port Stephens community to come together and have a yarn with the aim of promoting conversation and connection during COVID. So Tilly the koala was created by Wendy Seddon, who designed an additional 500 pieces that were stitched together by volunteers. Look at that. How fabulous. Look at that. We've got some people behind me, then I'll step back. Here we go, look. It's great, isn't it? Okay, so here's our group over here. We'll go and join Annie. On the sanctuary tour.
This is a big day for us, our third birthday. If I could just point out that we are on the land of our traditional Indigenous people, and the people here are the Warramai tribe, and they're very supportive of what goes on in the hospital. And throughout all of their history, they've had the koala as an emblem, a spiritual significance, so they never slaughtered koalas. Yeah, which is great. And then quickly I would say, the Port Stephens Council, of course, looks after all of your and all of the accommodation. But one of our men is Port Stephens have been operating the base since 1997. So they just started out in a very humble way, and of course now they've got this magnificent hospital as well. This is Casey. Hello, Casey.
Okay, can you hear her okay? Let me know if you can hear. And I'll try and get a little bit closer, but we are in a group, so it may not be possible to get too close. I'll get as close as I can.
Fossils have been found and dated back to 35 million years ago. And also the eucalyptus leaf. I know it's unbelievable, but history tells us that back then that was the size of the koalas. Okay, so they were very, very intimidating at that time. Fallen tree, that is just to signify that how important to our koalas is a tree. They love to be in a tree, and that's what we love to see them doing. So, Casey here, his tree may have got knocked down by lightning or whatever, and so therefore he has to go and find another tree. one male koala, one buck, one tree. Okay, they won't share. But the females, they don't mind sharing. Okay, so we'll move on.
And is that their tree for life?
No, good question. But that's the problem. Koalas only eat a small, there's over 600 eucalypts, they only eat 35 species. But they're a bit naughty. They like the new growth up the top. So they'll actually denude the tree up the top and then come down and look for another food source. Yeah. So they can go through an astronomical amount of trees in their lifetime. Oh, hey, we will see koalas soon, I promise. I promise.
Can everyone hear Annie okay?
Yes, is that all right? I hope. I'll try to speak a little louder.
That's a real
It's a real one, isn't it?
Yeah, but I ate too much food.
A giant one. Okay.
That one ate too much food.
A koala on the ground. One of the main roles of the hospital here is to rescue, rehabilitate and release. Releasing a koala is such a special thing to do. They take them back to the area that they came from and so they settle back in very easily. If a koala's down out of the tree on the ground and you approach it and it doesn't run away from you, good indication that there could be something wrong with that koala. So what you need to look out for is heavy breathing, discharge from eyes, discharge coming out and giving them what we call wet bottom, which is the problem. And the other thing that we need to remember is that it is better to call naturally here the hospital, but wherever wildlife people to do it. Because the koala is going to be distressed and unhappy, so it's going to want to bite you and claw at you. So it's much easier, much more beneficial for the koala to leave it to the professionals. Having said that, what do you do if you see a koala like that? Perhaps if you're in your home, you might be able to grab a washing basket and put that over the koala and put a towel over just to relieve their stress until they can get to a hospital and help. The other thing would be just in a car if you had a rug or a towel just put over the koala, okay? So the biggest threat to our koalas is us. It's losing their habitat. And we've been doing that for such a long time, to the point that in New South Wales our koala population has dropped by over 60%. So World Wildlife Fund put the figures together and they have projected if we don't get it right, in another 30 years we won't have koalas, they'll be extinct. And based on those figures, they are now endangered. So we can only hope the next development, mine, that might be being suggested, and if it's in a koala corridor or near a koala colony, that they'll think twice about how precious they are and how we need to hold on to them. Okay?
Can I ask a question, Joe?
Yes.
No, you already said my question. It was about the 30 years that koalas were going to get extinct.
Yes, I know. And it's so sad, isn't it? And do you know what? It's not just our koalas, is it? It's the bird life, it's the goannas, it's everything else. Without trees, where would the birds go?
Thanks for that, Tina.
Don't koalas live longer? No, not koalas.
Yes, they do.
This little boy's asking some great questions, but as you know, I don't like to focus cameras on children, so we're just pulling back a little bit.
Okay, let's move along.
So where we are at the moment, we're just walking through the glamping section of the sanctuary. You can stay in these amazing glamping tents. All right, we've got a koala up a tree here.
Okay, that's a
We will get
typical
some real
pose
ones.
for our koalas. Okay, they love to curl. They have a curved spine that enables them to do that. They have 2 less ribs than other marsupials, so they can cuddle in. At the base of their spine, they have extra cartilage and extra fur, so they carry around their own pillow, okay? So it's quite comfortable for them. So as I said, that is our typical pose. At times, a koala can hug a tree. If it's particularly hot, that the trunk can help to cool them down. And of course, at other times, they like to just flop back and just chill in the branches. So we'll move on to the next one.
So are they hot? Are they hot during summer with their furs? They don't shed?
They don't shed, and their fur is also waterproof.
Okay.
Having said that, when we've had a lot of rain, they can look rather bedraggled, but it doesn't seem to bother them too much. Just in this area here, we do just talk about the threats to our koalas. One of the threats is our dogs. Okay, koalas and dogs don't get on. It's not the dog's fault, and it's not really the koala's fault. It's just a fact. But that can lead to, if there's puncture wounds on the koala, that can lead to infection and all sorts of problems. Also, dogs tend to de-sleep. They what, sorry? But the other good thing, if you were living in an area such as we have got here with a population at the moment of only 250, we used to count them in the hundreds, now we count them in tens. A swimming pool. Koalas can swim. They dog paddle, just like a dog, okay? So we put in what's called a wildlife pool with sloping sides, so the koala is able to get out of the pool. So that's the main thing there. They do have, all of you children, you might like to look at one time, there's little circles all on that fence, and it will show you some of the things that are a problem to our koalas, okay? So goannas, snakes, all of those sorts of things can be a threat to our koalas. And with the goannas, unfortunately they're interested in the very undeveloped joey in the pouch. Okay, so that's what attracts them. But we have had big lace monitors here in the sanctuary. We've had red belly blacks. All of sorry. Do you know the blacks keep away the browns?
Oh, no,
so
that's
a good
true.
thing. But because we're a sanctuary and not a zoo, they didn't do anything to remove either of those threats to our koalas. Otherwise, it makes it a little bit hypocritical. We're trying to protect the koala, but at the same time, we're saying a sanctuary, and we're putting our koalas in the wild as much as we can, which you'll see when we get up there. So, yeah. So, let's come along. Fences so they can get in and out. Lawnmowers. Lawnmowers can be a problem only because they don't like noise and they stress. They get very stressed, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Maybe there is weird.
Sorry, darling, what was that? It is blue. I don't think they can move. But it probably gives them a really big headache. Would you think so? Okay. Now to me, this is the best part. Our koala up there, if you can see, she has a pouch on the side. Okay. Female koala is a doe, male is a buck. And the babies are joeys, the same as the kangaroo. But with the kangaroo, the pouch is in the front. With our koalas, it's a bit on the side. Does anyone think why that might be? On the side as opposed in the front. Think about what they do. Yeah, for climbing a tree, okay? So that sort of protects the joey. Once mum conceives, the little embryo, the little very immature joey, that's only about the size of half of your little finger, but it has 2 strong little forearms already and a good sense of smell. So it crawls a small distance to the pouch. Goes into the pouch, stays there for 6 months. We don't see the joey at all. And after that is when the fun starts. Also with mum, she's pretty clever. She's got what's called a sphincter muscle on her pouch. She can draw, that's like a drawstring purse, you know that, yes, and that's what she does. There again to protect her joey, particularly when she comes down from the tree and is moving to another food source. Okay, joey has some milk. Okay, mum's milk. But little Joey realises at about that 6-month period that it needs to have a substance called pap. Pap is from the koala's poo, from the female's poo. Okay, so if you get told at school and read it in books, it's true, they do eat the poo. But there is a reason for it. Because eucalyptus leaves are toxic, they need to put bacteria into their gut, okay, to enable them to be able to eat the toxic leaves. So very clever. The other thing they've got is what's called a cecum, in between the small and the large intestine. With our koalas, it's over 2 metres long, okay? For us, it's our appendix. But 2 metres for the size of a koala, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. So there isn't much else in there, is there, Robin? The cecum takes up most of it. Yes. So then, as Joey can stay with mum till about 12 months, even longer if mum doesn't conceive again. In a female koala's life, they have between 5 or 6 Joeys, but never twins. And I was very confused about that, and Robin helped me out. What did I think? I thought they did have twins. Yes. And then we were told, well, you told me, that they said no, because Robin does the hospital as well, so she gets more insight into that side of it. And because the pouch simply is not big enough. But my question was, I have seen, and if you look it up on the net, you will see at times 2 Joeys on the female's back. So that's why I thought, nope, they definitely have twins. And because I've seen it here in the bay ourselves, it was very exciting. But I've since learnt that they babysit.
Oh.
Okay, the females get on together. Okay, and so they babysit. Okay, so it's sort of cute, isn't it? Yeah, it's a cute thing to happen.
What's their gestation?
Well, 35, 36 days when it leaves the birth canal, but then disappears into the pouch for the next 6 months. And after that, it'll come in and out of the pouch, to sleep or to feed. Okay.
It's nice to sleep in there. And do they urinate in what?
Okay, eucalyptus leaves. See if
Yes,
you can
they'd have to.
touch one and you
thought
should
about
get the smell. Okay. The other thing you can do with those leaves later on is come around and feed the koala.
Nope.
So let's just have a little look at this koala up here. He looks a bit scary, doesn't he? He looks a bit like a drop bear. But what it's showing there is the male, they have a really big nose, bigger than a female. They have these co-joined fingers here, well, toes I should say, sorry, and they use that as a grooming tool. They also have that gap in their front paws, and that helps for climbing, so they can grip the branch. Their teeth. Teeth can be a bit of a problem in old age, because the koala, when it eats a leaf, it grinds it. And of course, when it's grinding it, it's going to grind down their teeth as well. So that can be an issue in older life. And when that happens, Robin, you've seen it, haven't you, about what they do with the syringe?
Yeah, they just syringe their food when they've got no teeth. They're fed like that with a syringe with mushed up eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah, eucalyptus smoothies.
No different to old people.
I know. They do have some few oldies down there, and what they call them, the golden oldies. And for that reason, if they were to be put back out in the wild, they're just not going to be able to survive. You can't eat, you can't survive. Yeah. Now, there is a marking on the chest of the koala there, but it should be brown. But at any rate, we won't.
Yes.
We've mentioned that. When we get up and see the male koalas, you'll see that they've got that brown stripe. Once they hit maturity and the testosterone kicks in, they have a gland in their chest that secretes an oily substance, and that stains the front of their chest. So that is the easiest way for me to tell a male from a female. See the stripe and you know that it's a male. What they use that for is to mark their territory, to mark their tree. As I mentioned before, they take all of the best stuff and then they go along and, try to find another good source of food. So they do visit an astronomical amount of... but I'm hoping that you'll all stay for the hospital talk as well, because you will find out information about that I can't give you. And Sharon is brilliant. So don't be in a hurry to leave. It's worthwhile waiting. Okay.
Hopefully they got someone in the window, do you think?
Oh, that would be good. Yes.
Oh, good information that we're getting today, isn't it? Fantastic.
I am going to mention that at this point, because we're closer to the hospital and we can see the hospital. The hospital is a totally charitable organisation. So they rely on donations, whether that's from government, but a big thing is also from the public. By you being here with the entrance fee, a percentage of the profits that goes to Port Stephens Council, they give a percentage of that to the hospital. If you purchase any of the merchandise, particularly the hospital merchandise, every cent of that goes. If you adopt, sponsor a koala, every cent of that goes straight to the hospital. They do have, their president is very good at getting donations. He works tirelessly for that. Funding was provided from the government, both state and federal, to build the hospital. But a hospital's not a hospital if it doesn't have the equipment. So everything inside the hospital has been donated by private people and also businesses. Yeah. So, now, I'm looking at this. We'll make sure that we're finished by that. They're going to do the hospital. They're going to show you how they rescue, but the koala will already be here, so no rescue, but release a koala. Yeah, so that's really important. Kids, look, you know koalas are mammals, right? Because they're warm-blooded, but what else are they?
Animals.
Yeah, they're animals. You're 100% right. I love that.
Are they cold-blooded?
No, they're warm-blooded, but they have something like the kangaroo, which
pouch.
that makes them a marsupial. So they're a mammal and a marsupial. Clever boy.
All right, so this is going live at 11:30 and I was going live at 11:50. I may just have to bring that second tour forward a little, or even add a third time, so we can actually see the demonstration of a koala rescue. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to try and catch up to Annie. That's the hospital over there. That's where I volunteer.
Coming out of the donation out of an operation, or they will actually put that koala in the window for us to see. There is also a video that plays repetitiously, and that informs you of what the hospital did. But as I did mention, you're going to hear lots of that very soon.
Oh, she does
we will
indeed, Jess.
take
Absolutely.
A little, diversion over there, and we'll just have a little peek and see.
So we're just doing a little detour. We're actually going to go in and see the sanctuary over there in a moment with real live koalas. But first of all, we're stopping by to visit the hospital.
So there's staff 24/7 here?
Yes,
or
24/7 for rescuers.
Yes.
If they have a young Joey that is still on the milk, so they've got to take it in turns of taking that Joey.
So let's see what they've got in the window.
Because Lassie was trying to climb out of a basket. She was getting very restless. So they've gone
She's always the model, Lattie.
they've gone to get.
Oh, look.
Here you are.
Oh, here we go. We've got a patient. We've got a patient.
Oh, this is Murphy. I'm sorry, Lattie. Still Lattie. Sorry. We're just swapping koalas.
They're swapping them over.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Who have we got?
This is Murphy.
This is Murphy. Can you see through the glass? Oh,
This
look at
is
him.
Murphy, a very old one.
Yes, yeah, Murphy's an
Oh
old lady.
dear.
one
I'm
of our
going to get
old
out of the way and let other
matriarchs.
people
Yeah,
see her.
yeah.
But there you go, get a glimpse and I'll just
Yes.
stand back out of the way and let others have a look.
Yeah, they're just settling Murphy in. Murphy's one of our old ladies. She's very old for koala. She's about 17, so.
Is she that old?
Yes, yeah. I believe so. Oh, actually, I can ask her.
Shopping trolley with.
Alex, how old?
Oh, they have got one.
17, 18. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Sorry,
17 or
I'm
18, that's quite old.
Yeah. I know. So she's quite, compared to our little Lattie we had who was very young a minute ago, she's a very old lady. Very old. So she's one of our permanent residents too. She's been here for quite a while. And she just keeps on going. She's been unwell and we were worried about her and now she seems to have rallied again, but she's beautiful. And as you can see, she's very used to being, she's a permanent, she's very used to the people and being handled and having us up close and personal.
Oh my gosh.
Having a look at you all guys.
Oh.
Annie, Tina.
So go through the front. Yeah.
Is she beautiful?
So with Murphy, because she is an elderly lady, so to speak, she often gets supplementary feeds. So what we do, if we give them a leaf smoothie, consists of chopped up eucalyptus leaf, we blend it with water, and we put in a supplement called Criticare with 4 koalas, and we will feed her that through a syringe. So she was having quite a few sup feeds at one stage because she kind of, she slowed down with her, but she seems to
She's
rally
very
again.
lively for an old koala.
Yeah, and as you can see, like sitting in a basket like this is not what they'd normally do, but this is how we transport them into the Bedford. So we have one over the top as well, and so we secure them that way. But yeah, she's gorgeous. She's a lovely old lady. So, but they're like us. Their eyesight goes as they get old. Their teeth aren't so good anymore, and so that's why some of the older ones have to have supplementary feeds. They just can't chew the eucalypt leaf, as you imagine. It's quite tough.
She's really cute. Her ears are little, aren't they?
Yes,
compared to all the others.
Yeah, she seems to have lost quite a bit of fluff
she
on her ears.
she is small than a lot of the others.
Yeah, so compared to Lattie, who
Oh,
was here
but
a minute ago,
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah. She's lovely. Hello,
Hello. Or are they all that?
No, they're all that colour. Different states have got different coloured
Yeah, the
koalas.
ones from the southern part of Australia are quite a bit darker, I believe.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of the kids know how many poos should a koala do a day? Oh, that's an interesting question,
90
isn't it?
billion.
No, but it is a big number. We like them to do at least 100 a day. And we know that because when we go in and swap out their leaf and clean out their enclosure, we actually pick them up and count them.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no, it's just like picking up a pellet. I mean, they're leaf eaters, but we wear gloves, of course. But, yeah, we like to do at least 100. That shows that, one, they're eating enough. If it's runny, of course, and if it's too dry, it indicates that there's issues with their guts. So a bit like us, like if things aren't right, when we go to the toilet, we know there's something wrong with our stomach. Koalas are just the same, and their gut health is extremely important to their health. Even stress can impact on their gut health. So
Someone want to come over closer? Do you want to come over here closer and have a better look? Okay, okay.
Where's Annabelle? She's settled down.
can you see? You can come pick her up and put her close if you want. It's all right.
And those are
There you are. They're bringing Murphy in some nice. They love the fresh tips. Those new tips. That's what they like to eat too. So we try and supply some of those. And they're nice and soft to eat too. So that's.
yes.
And you can tell how well looked after they are here just by the health of Murphy, an old koala like that, and she looks fabulous.
You wouldn't find probably any of that age in the wild at all.
No.
So yeah.
How old would you think that koala is?
Well, so they're not quite. So Zoe said she's about 17 or 18. So yeah, that's very old for a koala.
Yeah,
Very old. So they
And
wouldn't
look at her, she's got a good appetite.
Yeah, she found
She's
that.
enjoying
that's
those lovely
good.
soft tips on the leaf there. Yeah, so.
That's their favourite, the tips,
Yeah.
the new leaves. Oh, look at it go. Oh.
So as you can imagine, with the amount of koalas we have here, our leaf collectors are out I think it's Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays they go from down to the plantations to cut new leaf, bring it in, we store it in big storage areas at the back of the hospital, and their leaf gets changed every day. Every koala gets offered 2 new different types of branches every day. So, and not all koalas like the same sort
Tina,
of
this is
eucalypts.
Murphy.
Depends on where they've lived and what grows in that area. So often we name them after where they've come from. Like we've had Lemon Tree Passage Peter, we've had Hawk's Nest Harriet, because at least then we know, okay, what grows
It's
over
tricky
there.
because of the glass.
Yes,
I'm going to
or
move away and let
trees,
others have a look.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Okay, guys, we better move on to
Sorry, Tina, that koala's name was Murphy. And yes, Jess, it is a lot, and that's part of my job, is to collect the pellets and count them on a Thursday morning. All right, I think we might be going to go in and actually see some real life koalas now. And I'll hang back at the end and spend a little bit more time after we've seen them as well. I'll show you some of the ones that I've actually done koala care for. Hi Rose, and hi to everyone else who joined. Hi Tariq. I missed saying hello to some of you because we were letting the guides talk and not interrupting. Who else joined? Jess and Rose. If I missed anybody, welcome. It's only because the sun's shining on the screen and I can't actually see the chat very well at the moment. But aren't they knowledgeable? They're just okay. The feed dropped out momentarily. I got a heat warning on the camera. We're letting the group go a little bit ahead of us, but while I'm here, we have one of the koalas just up in the tree over there. I'm going to try and get into frame. There he is. That's
oh, there's one going.
That's Basil. That's Basil up there, and we'll find out a little bit more about Basil in a moment. But Basil doesn't have the use of his legs, so he looks quite spectacular when he's climbing. So let me just zoom out again and catch up with the rest of the group. So this is this walkway. This is a really spectacular facility. It's so well organised and laid out with spectacular facilities. I don't know if you get a sense of that with the guides that we've heard from so far this morning, but just this walkway, this skyway alone, a lot of money's been spent on this place. It used to be just a campground, and then the council took over the operation and sought investment and created this fantastic facility. So we'll just catch up with the group and the guides. So there's Basil over there. Let me see if I can get him into the frame. There he is. So you can see that even in the sanctuary, they're not easy to spot. You have to sort of hunt them out. But that's Basil there. He gets around. One of his legs is actually deformed. It's a birth defect. So when he's moving around, he uses his forelimbs, and his rear limbs just sort of trail behind him.
This is the way that he climbs.
Okay, so we've got another koala up this tree here.
corns.
There he is.
Oh, hi, Joe. Oh, thank you, Charles. So good to see you.
Hi, Emily. How are you going?
Yeah.
And he's been adventuring.
I have, yes.
I'm looking into the sun at the moment. This is a bit tricky, so let's see if I can.
It was.
Did you go on the cruise?
There we go.
Yeah, from
So
Darwin.
that one in that yard there is, let me see, I can't remember who that one is. Let me see who that is. Oh, that's Ty. Okay, that's Ty up there. There we go. Try and get a spot where I'm not looking into the sun. Where is he? There's Ty. Okay. So Ty has brain damage, and he has trouble eating because of the he was hit in the jaw. He was brought in after a car accident. So I'm going to get close to the panel that has his story on it. I can actually read it to you. But you'll notice he probably looks a little bit grungy on his front, and that's because he doesn't eat very well. And when he's eating, he does actually drool. So the colour from the gum leaves ends up on his coat. He constantly needs a good wash. Right, let me just.
As far as you can get away from everyone.
There he is. He's a real cutie. I was in there with another carer helping to care for him the other day. So let me just show you the panel that tells you about Ty. This is him here. So he was found disorientated and not moving near one of the plantations in 2018. It's thought that he may have fallen out of a tree or been hit by a car. He had white spots in the middle of each eye. He was diagnosed as blind with neurological damage, and sometimes you'll see him circling on the ground or drooling, and that's both of those are symptoms of his neurological damage. So yes, that's Ty up there, but it's lovely that he can still climb. He still is able to get high up into this tree, and there he is up there. And then the yard next door is Basil, the one who uses his forearms to climb. So that's just over here to the left. Where is he? A bit tricky because I'm zoomed in. I'm trying to gauge where that is. Where are we? Oh, there he is. There's Basil. All right, so let me see if I can find these guides and make sure we're getting the information that tapping the screen, having problems. And then over here next to Ty is Marie, and I've cleaned her yard as well. So Marie,
Gorgeous striking, isn't it?
she's a little cutie as well.
This is little Marie.
You were one.
Yeah.
I've been in there.
Transitioning away. She
I've
had
cleaned her
bleeding
yard.
from her mouth and swelling on her face. A few days later, she started walking in circles and began to bleed around her left eye. She got permanent brain damage and blindness.
Yeah, that's right.
Marie.
Lethargy. Absolutely. Don't care if he's a messy eater. So this is Marie. I'll read the story of Marie to you in a moment. But there she is. She's sleeping right now. But she's blind. So the reason for rescue, another motor vehicle accident, as a lot of these are. Marie was hit by a car in October 2017 when she would have been transitioning away from her mother. She had bleeding from her mouth and swelling on the left side of her face. A few days later, she started walking in circles and began to bleed around her left eye. Marie was diagnosed with permanent brain damage and blindness. So yeah, that's as a result of the car accident, being hit by a car. And then I'm going to try and see if I can find Blinky. Where's Blinky? I saw him earlier today. He's right up high in this tree somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? See, even in a sanctuary, they can be hard to find. So this is giving you an indication of what it's like to find a wild one.
That. I don't know how we can sit there because those banks here are really stretchy.
Where is he, Robin?
Right up the top at the back.
Right up the top at the back.
Way up.
Yeah.
He's literally at the little L shape.
Can you see him?
No.
He's like all the way up there. Nan, there's a
I can't see him. He's up there somewhere. They can all see him, but I
And
can't.
he looks so beautiful. And kids, this little girl over here is Marie. She's blind.
All right, I can't see. I can't see Blinky.
Right up the top.
Up the top.
You might have just come over this way one couple of steps.
Oh, yeah, now I've got him now. Thank you. Yes, thank you. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah, there he is, right in the middle of the screen. There he is right now. Okay, there's Blinky. Emily, a koala in the wild will live somewhere between about 12 and 15 years. So they do get a longer life living in a sanctuary like this. Let me tell you Blinky's story. I can't stand like that for much longer here. So Blinky and his mum, Martha, there we go, were rescued near Dungog, New South Wales. That's a couple of hours from here. Both were hurt and being threatened by a lace monitor. So that's another name for a goanna, a big lizard. Blinky received laser treatment to his wounds, which assist healing and help with issues such as pain, swelling, inflammation and infection. Blinky's able to climb up trees, however his grip isn't strong due to his injuries and missing toes. For this reason, Blinky will not be released and will remain in care here at Port Stephens. So in this big yard over here, we have 4 koalas in here. And I found them all this morning. Oh, there's one of them. Okay. So we've got one down in the gunya, one up in the tree. Yep. So down there, this is called a gunya. Just down there, we've got one. Just there. Might be a bit tricky to see because of the dark, because it's dark under the gunya. You read Blinky Bill? You saw him, Emily? Excellent. Fantastic. All right, so there's one there. And then if I go up this tree, just to the right of the gunya, we go up. There's one just in a fork just here. There we go, that's a sweaty. So one of these koalas is called Isla, and she was rescued after one of our bushfires and was permanently injured on the pads of her paws. So she can't be released because the dark, hard, rubbery soles of her paws have not grown back, which obviously means that she can't survive in the wild. Lincoln, you're missing, yeah. Well, this is what it's like trying to find them in the wild. I've taken you out trying to do koala spotting in the wild a couple of times, and it's just impossible. Here we go, here's Isla's story. So Isla and her back baby Cohen were rescued after the Mambo bushfires in December 2019. Isla had burns on her hands and feet, chin and chest, but she had protected her baby. Cohen had minor burns and was released after a few weeks. Isla underwent treatment for burns under sedation, and to our amazement, in May 2019, it was established that she had a joey in her pouch. He was named Patu. Isla is in long-term rehabilitation to the damage sustained to her pads and claws. I since learned that Patu didn't survive. He had some kind of congenital issue and did not survive, so he passed away sadly. No, the mother was released. Emily, she recovered and was released. All right, so where's the other two? There's two more koalas in this yard. I'm just trying to find. One of them is Howie. So we've got 3 girls and a boy in this yard. And Howie had he had conjunctivitis. Repeatedly suffered from conjunctivitis. He was constantly being brought in here, but it's been decided that he can't be released. So it says, unfortunately, while under treatment, a larger, younger male took over his territory. So after extended observation, Howie has been approved for permanent care. And then we have Miss Sunset, another motor vehicle accident. So she's been here for more than 13 years. Sub-adult, after she was found sitting on a boat ramp at Sunset Beach, Soldiers Point. Sunset Beach, Soldiers Point is where I took you on a search for a koala, a wild koala, and we ended up looking at the Gillian Mark sculptures, the sculpture trail out on the marina. So this was just the beginning of her long and varied rescue history. In other words, she was one of these koalas that just kept on coming back. They kept on finding her, bringing her in. So they've decided that she can't be released. And there's one of our koalas up there. So you can see how difficult it can be to spot them. And that's the one that we were looking at before in the tree over here, just from a different angle. All right. And there's one more koala in this yard, but I'm not sure. Oh, there. I think I saw a movement that wasn't the wind. So this is a koala just down here in amongst the leaves. There we go. Having a good old munch. Can't see. Screened by leaves. Basil's moving. Oh, okay. Let's go see Basil. Basil's the one that can't use his legs, so this is quite interesting. Let's go see him. Is he moving? He's awake. Not sure that he's moving just yet.
I've already read two
more out that way.
Yeah.
Is this a good number for visitors?
There is Basil there.
Just depends. School holidays.
Is he going to start moving? He's not sure. Not sure. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Basil. Basil. Oh, Basil, look at you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, Basil, look at you.
Yes,
No, that's right. He's pretty good.
This usual procedure on top of the gunya. They'll probably look at all of it and say, "I don't take a photo." So he should also be contacted.
You are so privileged to see this, guys.
Probably figures it's another time.
What a beauty.
Yes, that's right.
So he's there on top of his gunya now. All right.
That's what I do.
I was actually going to show you one more thing while we were over the large yard. So let's zoom out. I'll come back and I think he'll still be there when we come back. I wanted to just show you where we are in relation to some of the other tours that we've done, because over here in the background is the big sand dune. So when we were at 1 Mile Beach and we did that sunrise tour, this is the big sand dune that we were looking at. Just over there in the background. Can you see that through there? It's a bit hard to see through the camera screen, but there's a big sand dune over there. Okay, I am actually going to finish. We'll get back down the boardwalk and I'm going to finish and get ready to give my camera a rest and charge it because it did overheat. And then we'll get ready for the second tour, which is the talk by the Koala Hospital. Okay. Let's just have one little look at Basil before we go.
Timing up there was perfect. Yeah, he'll sleep there for hours. And because he's climbs differently to any other climber because he was right now, you'll never see that. Such a pose.
Gorgeous.
Strong and strong. Yeah. See the scent gland?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
All right, everyone. So that was the first tour. Thanks for joining me on that. I'm going to head back up to the visitor centre, which is where the hospital talk, I believe, is going to happen. I'll just double check where I need to start that from. And I'll see you about an hour from now. I need to check what time it is as well. All right. See you soon, guys. Anyone who's able to stay on. Otherwise, catch the recording. Bye for now. Fuck, what's going on with the Streamlabs? Okay, so now